Today, we're talking to Cambray Garino, the market director for the Capital City Public Market. Hope you enjoy. Cambray, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. It's extremely important for us to get connected with those that are a part of the community, that are bringing value to the community. Growing up here in Boise, born and raised, the Capital City Public Market was always something that we did and still do. And so, I'm excited to hear about it. So first of all, Cambray, tell me, what is your role as the market director, and overall, what do you do for Capital City Public Market?
My role at the market is to bring in sponsorships, get event planning done, deal with the city and ACHD on just having the event take place. I'm dealing with vendors on a daily basis, making the maps for the market, and just finding fun and new things to do for the market so our customers have an experience when they come to see us.
What a loaded role you have for this organization. So share with me a little bit about the history of the Capital City Public Market. Like, how long have you guys been in Boise? What's your role been with the community over the years?
Yeah, so our market's been here. We're celebrating our 30th year this year. We have an amazing group of vendors. Some of them have been with us for the full 30 years. Others, many of them have been there for 20 and 20 plus years. And we have great new vendors that come along each year. We've always been in the heart of downtown Boise, which is what we kind of pride ourselves on. We love to be a part of downtown Boise. And the fun thing about that is we're not only seeing local, but we get to experience all of the tourists and family members that come to town, which is really fun because we always hear such amazing things about our awesome city. And it's just an experience. We get to meet so many different people. And I think that's probably our favorite thing is just the wide variety of people we can see and how many people we can sell to over the country, all around the country, actually. So it's pretty fun. And we have returning customers that come back every summer from all over, actually, the world. So we love being in downtown Boise. And that's kind of the special thing about us is we are in the hub of Boise. Our vendors are local vendors. So we have probably a few vendors that travel from McCall, Council, different places like that. But everything that we have here in our market is local to Idaho.
All right. Well, now you're speaking to my heart. You passed the local test. We are bringing local vendors in, and we're attracting people from outside of the country and outside of the state to come spend money with local vendors. That is phenomenal, and probably a part of your guys' mission. Let me ask you a question, though. What's one of the biggest challenges that you guys have been facing recently? Is there anything going on that's preventing you guys from expanding inside of downtown or inside of the market? Or
yeah, that's one thing. So there's the benefit of being in downtown Boise. It's beautiful. It's amazing atmosphere, but the challenge in that is the growth and the construction. So since COVID, when things shut down, it affected a lot of small businesses and businesses in general. But with us, we weren't able to be out on the street. And for our vendors, it was hard because that's their selling point. That's how they survive, really. So we made it through COVID by going on 36th Street in Garden City. We were allowed to be there with social distancing. And then when we were able to come back to Boise, we lost our footprint, which was usually on Idaho Street, 8th Street, stuff like that, because of the construction and the developments. So we've been in the Grove since then, which is an amazing, beautiful area, but we do really strive to get back out on the street. That's where we were really thriving, and that's where we love. So that's probably our biggest challenge is just trying to figure out. We've waited patiently for about 4 years. So we're hoping this next year that we'll be able to get out there and get back to where we used to be.
So what's preventing you from getting out on the street now? Is there red tape? Is it just the construction? Are there approvals that have to happen now? Did you lose some kind of permit? What's the story behind you left, you came back, and now you're not on the street anymore?
Yeah, so it's just a tricky game with ACHD and the city and just figuring out what will work. Also with the community, closing down streets, it's not always easy for people to get around. So it's just a fine line of trying to figure it out and work with all the organizations to really be able to shut down a portion of streets after so many streets have been shut down. So that's our biggest hurdle and struggle. I know, we've talked to many of the businesses that we used to be by, and they really want us to come back because it benefits them as well. We people, when they're going by and they see white tents, they always stop. So it does bring people. It's a draw for them and a draw for us. So it's really benefiting the businesses that are brick and mortar and us. But it's just trying to figure out the construction and road closures. That's our biggest hurdle.
Got it. So the construction, road closers, working with ACHD, if you were to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like you're going to be back on the street next year, 1 being like you're never going back on the street, where would you say you're at in that process with getting back on the street, which we know will help the brick and mortar vendors and also the capital city public market vendors that are selling their items to patrons?
I'm about to have a meeting with the city this week, and I don't think anything gets close to being finalized or giving a more for sure answer until wintertime around January.
Okay.
But I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to say that it's going to happen this next year. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So I'm going to say there's a good chance.
A good
And
chance. So
I
like a
could be wrong.
7,
But
we're at a 7
yes.
right now.
Let's go with a 7. Let's go with a 7 for sure.
Awesome. Well, I'm digging the positive vibes. I don't disagree with you, and I'm going to do everything I can to get the word out and get the public behind the idea because I think it's good for Boise. Speaking of good for Boise, though, what is the market's vision for the future? What's your short-term and long-term goals in connecting with the community and bringing more vendors?
Once we get out on the street, we usually get a lot more vendors. We've been shrinking in size just because of our location. So it's not as profitable for our small businesses anymore. So I know once we get back out there, we're going to grow and expand. But we're really working with doing more community booths, getting together with local groups that want to promote what they're doing. If it's a charity or we're in talks with, some neighborhood associations that like to promote their neighborhoods and why it's so important to have the associations and stuff, which is great. Collister, the Depot Bench, North End. We really are working and reaching out to them. The police department, fire department, of course. We've had the Idaho Humane Society come down in our community booth. And right now we have a great nonprofit, which is Foster Care Furniture. They actually work with foster care kids who are about to age out of the system, and they teach them how to do woodworking, which is really cool. And it kind of gives them a skill to use, for the future. And all the money from anything that's sold there goes right back into the foster care system. So we really try to work with local nonprofits or local groups that just need to, kind of get their voice out there. That's a big thing. And next year where we have some big plans for a special booth for the community. So I'm excited about that.
I love that. There's so much to be said for supporting local, but then also bringing in these local organizations that also give back to the community and take care of our residents. So it's kind of a twofold thing for you guys. You're supporting your local vendors, but also you're supporting the local community at the same time.
Sure.
That's
for sure.
awesome.
Local is so important to us. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is, do you guys have a mission, like a driving force as to why you exist and what's important to you as an organization?
Yeah, our driving force really is to support and incubate local small businesses, people that have this dream and aspiration to create something and to build something and to just kind of build it up to see where they can get. We've had some awesome businesses that started at our market and now they have a brick and mortar or they're in grocery stores across the nation. We've had Meriwether Cider. They got their start at the market. Mina's African Sambusas. Now they have a a brick and mortar restaurant on Orchard. And, there's so many others that have been a really big part of the market and they've grown. And that's really, we all love to see that. We love to support each other and we love to see that, where everybody has started and how far they've come. That's a big deal to us. And I think it's pretty awesome that people come to our market, and from what we do at our market, they've created this amazing business that they can rely on. And I don't know, it's pretty magical, I think.
Wow. That to me is like a vision to get behind. Supporting local vendors and
Yeah.
giving them a launch pad, a place to generate revenue and reinvest that revenue back into their business and then grow their business. That's a vision worth supporting. And so if you're a patron and you're listening to this, give me your elevator pitch as to why someone should take their time and come down to the market and spend their money there.
I would say, one, it's a fun thing to do on a Saturday morning. Throughout the summer, it's fun to just come down and stroll through and get a fresh lemonade or Long Valley coffee or Woofire coffee, get fresh flowers and just one of a kind handmade gifts. We have amazing artisans that are so creative and talented. We really pride ourselves on the type of vendors we have. And so I always say, I go to other farmers markets when I'm visiting other places, and I just say, like, our quality is amazing. We have really good vendors who care about their products. So it's a fun atmosphere. Coming down in the summertime, the fountain's on. We have awesome performers at the market. We have Brandon Pritchett, the Nation, who comes down, and he's amazing. So it's a whole atmosphere. And also you're really supporting local. You are making someone's dream come true. They work very hard throughout the week to make the products, and you can tell when you see them. So it's just nice to know that you're giving back to your community. You're helping someone with their dreams, really. And it's just a fun event. And we have some fun stuff coming up for the holiday. The ice skating rink, Glide on Grove, is about to go up. So it's just going to be a really fun holiday atmosphere. So it's just a fun experience.
Yeah, it sounds like an immersive experience, something that people get to do just to enjoy their time, but also support those local businesses with really quality made crafts, foods, local flowers, things of that nature. So I'm sold. I'm definitely sold. Downtown Boise is arguably probably one of the best cultures in the nation. The people are amazing. The things to do are amazing. It's incredibly clean downtown. Like, given the unique culture of Boise, how does that influence the type of vendors or people that you bring to the market, or does it not influence it at all? What are your thoughts?
I think it does. We have some really cool, especially with our food culture. We have Darjeeling Momos, who's has amazing noodles. And we have Amina's African Sambusas, which are sambusas, rice, meats. We have Mama G's, which is a Congolese. We have Rugalak Royal, which is a Jewish pastry. She has baklava. We have Botanica San Mateo, which is amazing street tacos. It's just, and different artisans are inspired by different cultures as well. So I think that once you come to the market, you kind of see that and you feel that, especially with our food cuisine down at the market, for sure.
Love that. Love that. So let's tie a bow on this. People are watching this. They're curious about the market now. What are the hours of operation? Is it a year-round thing? How does someone come and experience everything that is the Capital City Public Market?
All right, so we are open from the beginning of April to the end of December. So this year it goes to December 21st. Normally our hours are 9:30 to 1:30 through the spring and summer. We just switched on the 19th of October to our holiday hours, which are 10 to 2. We are located in the Grove now, but probably not next year, hopefully. And right now, you can just experience the winter fun. We're going to have Santa Claus down there on December 7th, and we'll have live Christmas music. Glide on Grove will be opening on the 30th of November. And we just try to make it festive and fun for everybody.
Awesome. And besides somebody Googling it, if they wanted to learn more about the Capital City Public Market, what website would they go to if they wanted more information?
Yeah, so capitalcitypublicmarket.com is our website. And social media is great, Instagram and Facebook. We're constantly, um, shouting out vendors of kind of what their specialties are, events that are happening at the market. If you go to our website, you can sign up for our newsletter, and that's just going to tell you upcoming events, what's going on, different specials we have at the market, performers that are happening. So I would just say the website, the newsletter, and our social media.
Love it. Cambray, you were a plethora of information. I'm sold on the market. Hopefully everybody listening to this is sold on the market and they spend their weekend exploring everything that the Capital City Public Market has to offer. I appreciate your time and good luck in the future. Hope you get on the street.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it.